Well, hey everyone. I am really excited that I have with me today Davis Carman. He will be one of our speakers at the 2026 Rocky Mountain Homeschool Conference. You guys, it is not too late to register. The conference goes June 11th through the 13th at the Denver Marriott Tech Center. You guys don't forget we have a free bonus day on June 10th for all of you that are just kind of wondering if homeschooling is the right thing for your family or if you have some unique learners. We have 9 workshops that are going on for free on Wednesday. But if you guys are with us there for the duration of the conference, you would have the pleasure of hearing Davis speak. Davis, we are so excited that you're going to be with us in Denver this June.
I am always looking forward to coming to Denver. Y'all have a wonderful conference with a great lineup of vendors, speakers, and it's always great just to see all the homeschool families and talk with them.
Yeah. So people can find you in a couple places. One, probably at the Apologia booth. You guys are one of our major sponsors this year of the conference. So we're super grateful for that. So people can visit with you and Rachael there. But the other place they're going to be able to hear you is at your workshops. So there's 3 workshops that you're going to be giving. The first one is called I Believe in Homeschooling. So tell us a little bit about what you'll be discussing during that workshop.
Right. So what I do in that workshop is I do a play on the 3 R's. You know, there's a reading, writing, and arithmetic, which just seems like centuries ago when those were the fundamentals, the foundations of education. And then you started having some moves in a negative direction towards rebellion, relativism, and R-rated lifestyles. So what I do in this workshop is I present 7 R's. So not 3, but 7 R's. And if you stay the whole time, you'll get a bonus 8th again on the reasons why I believe in homeschooling and why it's the best, the ideal education any parent can give their kids.
Amen. Oh, that sounds so encouraging. That'll be wonderful. Well, the second talk you're giving will be the first 5 years of homeschooling. Tell us what this one's all about.
Right. Well, the expanded title on this is the first 5 years of homeschooling, parentheses, I mean parenting. And the idea there is that any parent, all parents during the first 5 years of their child's life, whether or not they realize it, they're homeschooling.
Right.
And so I present 7 lessons that you can teach to your kids. You want to make sure you instill in these young lives at an early age. Some of them will come naturally. Some of them seem obvious. But part of the big point again is you're actually beginning the potential homeschool journey that you could extend beyond those first 5 years.
Oh, that's such a great perspective, really. And a reminder for people that we started as soon as we prayed that child, prayed for that child and gave birth to that baby. So that's a great encouragement. Okay, so your last talk, I love this title, Give Me One Good Reason to Homeschool.
Right. Well, many times there are families coming to a conference asking that question. Okay, why should we do this?
Yeah.
Or maybe they're asking the question, okay, I see some reasons why, but how do I do this? Can I possibly do this? And so I actually answer all 20 questions. I give 10 reasons why you should homeschool, and there's going to be at least one that's going to resonate with you, and you go, okay, I'm convinced. And then the second half of that workshop is 10 reasons why you can do this. There's so many resources. I don't want to give the spoiler now, but I give just 10 of many that are out there.
That sounds awesome. So let's dig into that a little bit more, Davis. I want to hear a little bit more about your family's journey, but really, how has homeschooling positively impacted your family?
Right. So, super brief bio. Rachael and I started homeschooling with a providential 2x4 over the head. So, the point there is we were reluctant. This was not part of our plan. God had to get a hold of us, and I thank God for his grace getting us started on this journey. And then your resume may not look like mine, but eventually Rachael and I became the owners of a homeschool publishing company. So we have a lot of skin in the game. Apologia publishes creation-based science, math, and Bible. That may or may not be your family's trajectory, but here's what's beautiful. After 26 years of homeschooling, and I like to say 26.2 because then it's an official marathon, we completed our journey. That was 2 years or 4 years ago when we finished, but we still love the homeschooling community. And how it's impacting my family now is that I have 12 grandkids with a 13th on the way, and there is a lot of chatter among my kids about how they want to educate their kids, our grandchildren. And homeschooling is the answer they're coming to. We did not push this. We knew that each one of our kids was going to raise their kids possibly different than we did. But so far, all of them see the benefits and want to continue that journey. Some of them married a homeschooling graduate, some of them did not. And so there's been a lot of fantastic discussion. And the result is that homeschooling really is the ideal, and everybody's seeing that and on their own journey as they raise our grandkids.
Davis, I think you're wiser than I am. I have totally brainwashed my children to think that this is the only way. I mean, I don't think they will ever think about putting their kids in any sort of government school. I mean, they want a wife who loves Jesus and is willing to homeschool their children. I mean, it is like on the docket. So you were much wiser, gentler about it. I have definitely brainwashed my boys. Okay, so the other thing I want us to talk about really quick, Davis, is there are so many homeschooling resource options available to people, including this right now. We can talk living in different states, and there's this beauty of online platforms. But why should people attend an in-person homeschool conference at all? What value does that have?
Right. So for this question, it's very personal to me and Rachel. So when we started in 1996, ages ago, like I said, reluctantly, that first year was the hardest year of our homeschooling journey. We were kicking and screaming. We did everything wrong. But at the end of that first year, we happened to go to a homeschool conference in North Carolina where we live. We walked in there really not planning to do a second year of homeschooling, but some friends bought us tickets to go. We showed up, sat in a workshop, and this man started talking about all the wonders, all the possibilities, and gave us a brand new, renewed vision for homeschooling. It was literally like a light bulb turned on in that workshop. Rachel and I went to several more workshops that weekend, and on our 90-minute drive home, we were just talking the whole way about how this could change everything, and of course, it did. And so, because of our own experience and how going to a live workshop, sitting there where we couldn't escape, we couldn't just turn it off and walk away. We had to stay to the end of that workshop. And it got us to a second one, got us to a second conference after our second year and after our third year. I got an entire library in my office of cassette tapes and some CDs back in the day of all these workshops that we listened to live in homeschool conferences. And so the value that's there when you're there live, seeing the buzz and energy of being with thousands of other homeschool families can really change the course of your family's life.
Yeah. It's just such an encouragement to know that you're not there by yourself, doing it alone on an island, that there are others that are journeying in the same way the Lord has called us to this. So we sure hope you guys join us June 11th through the 13th at the Rocky Mountain Homeschool Conference at the Denver Marriott Tech Center. You guys, it's not too late to register. You can go to RockyMountainHomeschoolConference.com and click on the Register Now button, and we would love to see you there. Davis, we can't wait to have you join us this year as well.
Looking forward to it. Thanks.